Cup of Positivity with Justin Ekstrom, brought to you by 7th Avenue Pizza. Grab one at your local grocery store or your local holiday station. 7th Avenue Pizza, before pizza became trendy.
Welcome into yet another episode of Purple Positivity. I'm your host, Justin Ekstrom, at the Sports Crib 21. And what can you say about the Vikings? I told you so. That's what you can say about the Vikings. I told you last week, if you're brand new to the Vikings, be ready to lose some games that you're supposed to win and win some games that you're supposed to lose and all that stuff and all that jazz. And it turns out that the Tampa Bay defense was just as tough as I thought they were going to be. What I am mostly confused about is, I know I'm not a head coach, but you find things that work, correct? You find things that work, you find things that keep going, and you keep doing those things until they stop working, correct? That would be my MO as a head coach. Find something that works, stick with it. Well, what worked in the first half is Justin Jefferson getting the ball any and every gosh darn opportunity he could have. Second half, nothing. He had 3 catches for like 9 yards or whatever it was in the second half, and he even came out and said that he felt like he was open. And he, in not so many words, said other people got to do their job in order for him to get the ball. Well, that is kind of a dig at the offensive line that is absolutely abysmal. So the positive spin on this is the offensive line, they got to be able to get better, right? Because that was awful. I don't know what Ed Ingram's PFF score was, but I would guess it would be like that Monica Geller, 7. I guess it's going to be around like 7 or 10 or something like that. Obviously, it's not going to be that low because he didn't, have all of those negative plays, but they got to clean that up, man. You are already under the microscope, and if you can't protect, man. Schlottman did his best job he could at center after Bradbury went out. I don't know how long Bradbury will be out, but, man, it's got to get better, right? Anyway, positive spin on it. Jordan Addison, welcome to the big leagues, my good man. 60-some yards, a touchdown. And Kirk Cousins, I'm telling you right now, I'm not the biggest Kirk Cousins fan in the world. You guys know this if you've been listening to any of my shows, listen to me on the radio, anything like that. I'm not the biggest tooter of a Kirk Cousins horn. However, when a defensive back has the back of the helmet to Kirk Cousins, that is lights out. That play against Jordan Addison, or with Jordan Addison against Tampa Bay, the safety or the corner or whatever it was had his helmet to him, and Kirk Cousins whizzed it right by that helmet, right into Jordan Addison's bucket, and it was perfect. It's just a perfect throw. He could have thrown it a couple other different plays, but that's how he pulls the trigger. This offense should be nice and explosive. It's just, man, the offensive line just stinks. Okay, so short week now. Wrapped up that, on to Philly. Now we go to Philly. I believe the Philadelphia Eagles are on pace to probably be somewhere near the top 4 teams in the league. This is an opportunity for the Vikings to show that they can play. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win this game. I'm saying that if the offense can go tit for tat, go haymaker for haymaker with them, maybe that'll give them enough spark to have a chance to pull off an upset. I'm not saying that's going to happen because I'm actually going to predict the Vikings lose, but they learn something about themselves positively. Like, they put up points against the Eagles. I think it's a little higher scoring than what people might think. Weather permitting, of course. Philly, all of a sudden, it might be snowing for all we know in one day or so. But I think the Vikings lose this game, but it's going to be awfully close. And I have it somewhere around the 35-28 range, where they lose by the 1 score because they're down by a lot right away, and they kind of pick and peck and get whatever they can whenever they can. I do believe they lose. I think their defense is much more stout than what we were going to give them credit for. But the second half, they also went away. But I think it's going to be a 35-28 loss. But the Vikings have something positive to come out of it. They score the 28 points, get a little more momentum going into yet another tough week when they go and they have the LA Chargers coming to town. Either way, thank you for listening. Thank you for all the support through the tough time that I had with my family this past week. Thanks to Beer Belly Sports. Thanks to Matt Geffrey. Just a fun time. I'm just glad I get to do this. And as usual, Skol, bitches.